Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, March 30th, 2016, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Well, we had a pretty incredibly good day today. Always happy to have a good day. Today was one of those big up days that we live for. And, I tell my customers that you can't get discouraged about these little crappy days when nothing seems to happen much and you lose a little money here and there because you wait for these big days. Yesterday, we got into, I think, 29 positions, if I'm not correct. Maybe, anyway, the exact count, close to 30 positions anyway. And we had uh, positive open trade of just under $18,000 on the close. Well, we closed those out today. Uh, just had a nice closeout. We closed out over $27,000 positive on, pretty close to the open today. And uh, the Dow really cooperated with us, and we had excellent exits. Now, the $27,000 that I'm talking about, that actually is a pullback. I took a screenshot 20 minutes into the day, and we topped 40,000 20 minutes in, and then about 45 minutes in when we exited, that 40,000 had dropped to just over 27,000. But I'll take $27,000 anytime. That was, really very nice, and you can never be sure exactly when is the perfect time to do your exits. I call that the perfect time, the sweet spot, and I again and again tell people you can't chase the sweet spot. It's just not going to work. You'll drive yourself crazy chasing the sweet spot. Anyway, here's the Dow. I called it up. I was certainly correct about this. This thing opened up just screaming, and it actually up here within, this was about that 20-minute point that I took that screenshot, and the Dow was up over 150 points at that time, and that's when our open trade hit just over $40,000, and then it did retreat some, and as I say, when we got out, we got just over $27,000, and the Dow pretty much continued a retreat for most of the day. It had a little jump here, but then pulled back again. So, what does that mean for the Dow? Hey, it doesn't mean much. This Dow did this unbelievable thing off this bull spike down here yesterday, and we had follow through from that bull spike today, and then it kind of pulled back, took a rest. I'm not ready to say we're going to have a down day yet, though. I'm looking for at least one more up day in the Dow that comes off of that bull spike. So I'm going to call the Dow up again tomorrow. Up again tomorrow for the Dow. Oh man, I'll tell you, we had a day. We had. I wrote this down here. We had 26 positions. 26 positions coming in, and we closed out positive on 22 of those. And the 4 negatives that we had, the total amount for those 4 negatives was just $1,000. So in other words, like our negatives were like $300. That's all. And against these 24, 22 positives that were up in the thousands of dollars. So it was just like everything we got into yesterday just about worked out for us. Just that doesn't happen very often. But the point I wanted to make is that of those 22 positions, we didn't have anything that was huge. We had no huge trades. Most of these 22 good positions were $1,000 and $2,000 trades. But when you have 22 of them, that really adds up to quite a bit of money. I'll show you 3 of the individual trades. This first one is in Aspirion, and I'm showing this as just a typical trade that happened, that made up just 22 great trades that we had. We bought this yesterday. Yeah, last 2 hours, toward the end of the day. Most of our trades we got into toward the end of the day yesterday. It pops up very beautifully on the open. And again, that Dow is hitting over 150 points right up here. This trade is up over $3,000, but it retreats very rapidly. We get out of it here. We make $1,500 out of it. And as I say, if we had a little crystal ball, the sweet spot would have been about 15 minutes in, 15, 20 minutes in, right up here. That didn't happen. We play the system. We got out here, but we still got $1,500 out of Aspirion Therapeutics. I'll show you 2 more. These are the 2 best ones. These are the biggest trades out of those 22 that we took out. This is Sempra. We bought Sempra about the middle of the day. It kept going, and it pops up just a little here, and it pulls back a little, and we take out $3,000, over $3,000 out of Sempra. And then one other one, this was the second largest that we had. It's also a $3,000 trade. This is in Trip Advisors. We bought that very early on in the day yesterday. It kept going. It closed nicely, but it popped up very nicely this morning. We get out of here right on this kind of rally at the beginning of the day, and then after we get out, it retreats. So that was a very nice exit. As I say, we took out $3,000 out of Trip Advisors. So fantastic day. I should mention, we did get into 5 new positions. They don't look all that hot, but nothing really terrible. But we are holding negative $1,400 going into tomorrow. So we had big profitable exits, and then kind of a ho-hum entries going into tomorrow. But you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Anyway, that's the way it went. This is Trader Bob signing off. See you tomorrow on Thursday.